Hey everybody, Justin from frugalsnobs.com. Brought to me say hello.
Hello.
Brought everyone another review. Folks have been really digging our reviews recently. So we brought everybody another drink review. This time it is a beer review. So folks, if you enjoy all of the content from the Frugal Snobs, please make sure that you subscribe wherever you enjoy our video content. As always, if you like what you see and hear, please check out the Frugal Snobs podcast. You can do so by going to frugalsnobs.com. Everything you need to know about the podcast is there. And of course, please make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, post, all that good stuff. It helps us out. If you'd like to support us, you can go to support.frugalsnobs.com and support us for as little as 99 cents per month. Now, we're going to give everyone a moment to get any sensitive folks or little ones out of the area or out of the room, depending on how you're listening to this review and enjoying it, because this will not be a family-friendly review, both from a case of product and, of course, my own language, along with Christina also reading product info. However, what you just heard, folks, is the opening of a brew I've been looking for a very long time. In this case, it is the Broken Skull IPA from Segundo Brewing in the Los Angeles area of California, in El Segundo, California specifically, and of course a product contributed to by the great pro wrestler. I'm going to call him a pro wrestler. I am sorry, folks. It's pro wrestling, not sports entertainment in my eyes. Stone Cold Steve Austin, also an alumnus of my alma mater, the University of North Texas. So, I'm going to turn over to Christina here in just a second to give us more on the info on this particular brew, but I just wanted to also point out before we get started into the depth of the review that I actually took the opportunity for this review to also unveil a differing design on a Spiegelau glass, as you can see here in terms of glassware. Now, most of the time, folks, an IPA is to be enjoyed, or an India Pale Ale, I should say, should be enjoyed out of typically a tulip glass, but I took the opportunity here to debut a different design or a different take on the Spiegelau. This particular glass is amazing. We'll talk about it as part of the review, but I'm going to turn over to Christina to also read some of the description for this particular 6.7% ABV India Pale Ale. And again, folks, you've been warned, this is not exactly family friendly. So, Christina, I'm going to turn it over to you to be the bad person here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Just from the front picture alone, you see a lot of Steve Austin's influence. You see the skull from whenever he was a wrestler. There's barbed wire around the logo. It's a cool can.
It is a cool can.
And then on the side, it says Broken Skull India Pale Ale with the rattlesnake coiled up, pointing at Steve Austin's imposed signature.
On wood.
On the wood, on the can.
Awesome.
And then underneath, this is where the language can get a little dicey. It says Broken Skull India Pale Ale, a badass 6.7% IPA designed by Steve Austin and El Segundo Brewing Company for the working man and woman. It features Citra, Cascade, and Chinook hops to deliver big flavor with an easy finish. Now stop reading and start enjoying this awesome beer. Cheers.
So I totally stopped reading a long time ago, and I enjoyed this particular IPA, and absolutely cheers. A swig of IPA for everyone, the working man, the working woman. If any of you enjoyed the Steve Austin show, I suggest you go out there if you haven't, and make sure you catch some of the old classic episodes. I enjoyed the podcast for quite a number of years. But yes, it was a podcast for the working man and working woman, as is this particular IPA. It was actually very good, folks. So let me go ahead and get away from the gimmick a little bit, a little wrestling lingo, and let me get into the actual review. So, as I said before, I enjoyed this particular brew out of a Spiegelau. Very good. I would say for a 6.7% ABV, just to the accents of the scent as soon as you pour this particular IPA out, it does not in any way taste like it was a canned beer. And again, I'm not saying this because I'm a fan. I'm saying it as a beer fan. So I would say in this case, it had a nice scent of citrus, a very nice bitterness to it in terms of the foretaste, a sweet, chewy aftertaste. It was an excellent drinkable beer. I have to admit it. I thought at first I was skeptical. I think Beer Advocate gives this particular brew a rating of 3.92 out of 5 on average. I would enjoy as a standalone, and I would enjoy very cold, as always, folks, with darker beers, stouts, porters, IPAs. You should always be enjoying these particular brews at least at around 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, folks. But I would probably give this a 4-star to 4.5-star snob rating, and I'm not saying that because I'm being a mark, so to speak. I'm using all this lingo, I tell you. But it was an excellent brew. I really enjoyed it. 6.7% has never been more smooth to me. It was an excellent brew. I did pick up this particular brew at a local Total Wine and More. I was very excited to finally pick up this brew. Christina, with her eagle eyes, was able to spot it pretty quickly as a loose offering in terms of a loose can from a 4-pack pint set. That is typically the offering. I think it's a 4-pint pack.
Yes.
Was able to pick this up, and I was excited as all get out, folks, to finally try this particular brew.
He didn't tell me how to, like, what he was looking for, and I found it.
Yes, of course. Look for the Broken Skull on the can.
Well, you didn't even tell me what beer you wanted.
It was really, I was really happy with this, folks. And I think that, and again, not trying to mark out here, I think there is also, I think there's a Stone Cold American Lager as well that's now available as of earlier in 2022. So please check that out if you haven't done so already. Again, I'm not marking out for Steve, folks, but I was a fan for many years during the Attitude Era. Again, he is also an alumnus from the University of North Texas, as am I. I did graduate, a little different for Steve, but I think his career ended up working out pretty well for him anyway. But at any rate, folks, if you do enjoy IPAs, please do check out the Broken Skull IPA. It does help out both your taste buds, your palate, and also give the guy some credit, okay? I mean, call it whatever you want. You can call it pro wrestling, you can call it sports entertainment, but this guy put his body on the line for a very long time to entertain a lot of people, and I definitely was a fan and still am. And again, I'm a fan of the beer, so please do check out the Broken Skull IPA. As always, folks, enjoy responsibly. Be well, never pay retail, take care of yourself and each other.